It's vulnerable, it's something new, but it's such a power of reminding us that it's okay to take on new challenges and to be open-minded of where we can contribute to a team, and that we all play a part.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Management Minutes with Mika and friends. Thanks to the GovLoop team for hosting these fun and impactful discussions for us to talk about some of the most relevant topics affecting the workforce today. So with that, let's get right to it with my friend and good government advocate, Amy Bontrager. Thank you, Amy, for joining us today. I'm so excited to see you.
So great to be with you, Mika.
I thought we could start with perhaps telling us a little bit more about what you've experienced and learned from your own personal multiple moves and integrations into new organizations, teams, and communities that the workplace can borrow or think about adopting as it relates to new hires and onboards, especially in this new normal of work that we're all navigating.
I think for us of really figuring out, what does the hybrid workforce look like? Are we going to actually live out that in our day-to-day as we look at our teams? Are teams able to still deliver in a virtual environment, and ensuring that we're practicing kind of what we're preaching?
I love the reminder to walk the walk and talk the talk and model these behaviors and how we work together in order to really change the culture and change the thinking of mindsets around what work is and how we can accomplish it, because it really does make a difference, especially for those communities like military spouses who have been traditionally experiencing barriers to employment in the civilian labor market.
But the more leaders can take space to really understand their people and how to meet them and leverage them and give them opportunities, the more success we're seeing in the workplace. And last, just understanding as we're bringing in new teams, whether it's in person or hybrid, onboarding doesn't stop after orientation. It doesn't stop after that staff meeting meet and greet. And so I encourage, leaders and organizations, as well as the workforce, we all play a part of how do we to integrate people into our culture and into our communities, and also recognizing that particularly military spouses, our veteran community, bring such different perspective and talent to our teams.
What would you say were some good tips around community building and strengthening those sorts of networks for people that hadn't met before, but also weren't necessarily new hires? They did come with a wealth of experience.
Number one is it can't be lip service. It has to be intentional. How you leverage your time, how you utilize that time, and not to underestimate the time that you're given with a workforce or with a team, and the power of giving them space to connect. Community doesn't happen because you just put everyone on a Zoom call. And so I'm a big believer of creating that space of being authentic, given space, even at the top levels, that there's a space for vulnerability, because doing something new, no matter how great you're at, there is always an element of vulnerability. So let's own it and recognize it.
So Amy, you recently moved over to the United States Digital Service, and I'd love to hear your personal experience, onboarding and becoming part of a new team.
They did a fantastic job of, I wasn't only getting to know people in my own community of practice, but I was also getting to know folks from across that really understand the culture and get to learn about the different pieces of work that they're doing and how it's all interconnected. I also ensured that I was making time to not be siloed. I'm on one team, but really understand how are we all connected, driving towards the mission of USDS.
I think this personal advice and example of how you can lean in and build community for yourself and that network is just so powerful. So thank you for sharing that. I know it took some courage to, leave a position that's comfortable and go somewhere new, but I also know how excited you were to accept that new opportunity and how fortunate they are to have you as well. So we are all eager and excited to watch your career flourish, your impact and influence. And thank you for your leadership and also advocacy for our military community as well. Thanks for being a part of Management Minutes with Mika. I hope this is one of many that will continue. Thanks to the GovLoop team, and thanks to all of you for tuning in. Thanks, Amy.